People love to talk about the zero DTE options, but most don't realize there are a lot of different options out there. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the XDTE and the QDTE. Now, this is a video that I did back in February where we invested a portfolio into both of these ETFs itself. So if you're really serious about considering either of these ETFs, you need to understand the difference between them because they are very different in the underlying asset that they're using. And after I explain them, I'm going to show you in my real portfolio with the update that we did back in February. So what exactly are the DTE options? DTE simply means the days to expiration. The zero DTE means that it is expiring today. These are covered calls, but not all zero DTEs are created equal. So when we start looking at this, we are doing options on an expiration date of the same day expiration. And really, a lot of people like to talk about in the zero DTE are a lot of ETFs that have been blowing up in the last 2 years with income generation. So some of the key traits with this, hour by hour volatility, gamma moves are often very violent. They have a very high risk. Premiums can decay very fast. If they're giving you back a very high dividend yield, chances are the premiums are going to take a hit. Great for income if you're disciplined, and great for blowing up accounts if not. High velocity, it is a very high risk play, but there is a high precision. Most traders lose money because they treat an XDTE lottery ticket instead of really the probability. So what exactly is the QDTE? This is another one where options are quick days to expiration, or they do have a little bit of a slower decay, more manageable price, a little bit less stress, a little bit less volatility, with a high income potential that we see. The QDTE is really the safer cousin than that XDTE. So you're playing a game of chess when you break this. So when we start looking at the portfolio and what most creators do not do, I want to show you how I use XDTE and QDTE inside my real portfolio. No fluff, no screenshots. It is really live as the portfolio sits right now. It is my actual account. It is my real position. So give me feedback on it, guys. It's going to be right down below so you can check it out and really do a walkthrough on what exactly this looks like. So let me go ahead and pull it up. Now, I use M1 Finance. Let's pop over and take a look at it. So right here is the income earners. We can see right now in this portfolio, we have 106,000 in the portfolio. And overall, since we have created this portfolio, which was back January 23rd of 2025, it actually shows right there. And like I said, I want to show you this to you in real time. So as of right now for this year, and honestly, we started really investing in here, as you can see right at the very beginning, was probably about March. So you figure we've been in here. I mean, this is already December right now. So about 9 months that we've been really investing. And you can see consistently with some really rolling some of these in and some of the dedication. You can see right now we're up roughly about $12,000 in this portfolio, or 17.9%. And overall, when we start breaking this down, how it works fundamentally is this pays an incredible amount of dividends. You can see dividends earned right here on this portfolio itself is just north of $20,000. But you'll also notice that the market gain is at negative 8,400. Now, if you remember, we did have Misty in here when we started. We removed Misty as it was really getting crushed with the NAV depreciation that we were getting back. So we removed Misty. So the numbers are going to be skewing a little bit just looking at these two ETFs itself. But overall, we've earned almost 20,500, and this pays on a weekly basis. That is something that for a lot of people who are very income driven, the weekly basis on these does make a big difference. So total gain on this is around $12,000. Now, of that $12,000, what I have been doing is actually taking 2 payments and putting it back into this portfolio, taking 2 of the additional payments and actually investing it into my my growth portfolio that contains the VOO, the QQQM, and a couple other ETFs, including Bitcoin in there. So I've been kind of compounding and putting money in this one of the amount about $10,000, and then the market gains a negative 8. So we've yielded overall around $2,000, but overall bigger picture around $12,000 that we have literally just been reinvesting into portfolios. So as we look at both of these ETFs down here, you can see we have the Roundhill Innovation 100 Zero DTE in there. And then we have a Roundhill 500 Zero DTE covered call strategy. One of these are tied, or the underlying asset is that S&P 500, which is the XDTE. And then we have the Innovation 100, which is the QDTE. So this actually one follows the NASDAQ, One follows the S&P 500. And when you start looking at the yields overall, and we know with the innovation and the way that we have seen AI and the way that we have seen tech absolutely grow, you can see this is up 25.67% or almost 26% overall since we really started investing in March. And then the XDTE, or that S&P 500, is up around 5,200 or around 15% overall. Again, looking at either of these, they have been performing incredibly well. Don't know what it's going to look like in a down market, but they haven't seen an incredible amount of NAV erosion overall. And when we start looking at it and when we start breaking it down, I want to show you what it looks like up here with the activity and really the holdings, because in here, these are the two cost bases. So the unrealized gain on this one is $5,400. Now, this used to be much higher. As these have been performing a little bit better, they have increased in value. So if we sold it as of today, we would have an unrealized gain of unrealized loss, even though it says gain, of around 5,400, because you can see the cost basis in here was 111,000. Values at 106. That is where we get that factor or that number right there. So losing around 5%. Again, this is because the value of the asset has went down, even though we're investing in it, even though we are buying more. But like I said, for these, they are income generations. They are selling covered calls. This is where the breakdown of the income comes in. So here we show, again, that total income or those dividends of around $20,000. Average monthly income comes around almost $1,700 in there. But you'll notice January, we have nothing. February was $390. And that we actually had the NEOs. And then we went into, I believe, a little bit later going through here, and it might not even be in here anymore. There is the Misty. So we did add the Misty back in August. We ran it for about 2 months, seen a really, really massive drop in the Misty, and then we did drop it out. Now, starting in December, and the first week of December, you can see right here is my first payment. This actually paid $951.50, was the very first payment that we received in December. So again, this pays out every single week. That is the reason why when you start looking at like November, this has yielded $2,300, October $2,450, even September $2,341, $3,100 in August, depending on the market fluctuation. But we did have Misty in there, which was a really big contributor. But again, if you're investing into something like Misty, what we've seen is putting money into Misty, they're giving you a lot of your NAV erosion, or giving you essentially a lot of money back to you with the NAV erosion that we're seeing in there. And overall, guys, this portfolio has been doing incredibly well, because if most of you know, we did do this on borrowed money. So what we did was we actually leveraged or margined one of the accounts that we had. We borrowed roughly $75,000. We did put some additional cash flow in here. But what I've been doing, again, is taking 2 of the payments that I receive from both of these ETFs, reinvesting it into the ETFs. And we have been buying this much faster. And over the last couple months, we have been accumulating and getting a lot more return in there, buying this up a lot faster. And then on the flip side, like I said, we are taking the other 2 payments in a 4-month period, or a 1-month period with 4 payments. We are actually investing it into my primary portfolio, which is a really strong growth portfolio. And of course, that has been absolutely killing it in 2025 as well. So very interesting to see. Like I said, this is a portfolio we wanted to kind of play around with. 17% growth. I'm not too sad about that. And it isn't all dividends, even though in here they are categorized as dividends. A lot of what comes from this is actually income. It is actually classified as income. Again, it doesn't come in as dividends. It comes in as capital appreciation. So overall, guys, like I said, 17%. I wanted to do the update in here for a while. I know a lot of people had been asking about it. So there we have it overall, looking at the portfolio. Very cool to see. Again, this is something that we wanted to try. Me and my financial advisor had a conversation about it and what exactly it would look like going in here, building out the XDTE and the QDTE, and what exactly it would look like. But if you're looking for weekly cash flow, this is definitely something to consider, because as you can see, on a $100,000 portfolio, we're going to be earning around $2,000 a month, which is pretty good for a majority of individuals with a very small amount that is invested. My question is, do you invest in either of these? Let me know in the comments below. And I'm wondering exactly what it's going to look like with a portfolio like this in a down market, or where we see a market pullback. going to be very interesting to see. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe, like the video. You can also hype the videos. I didn't know this. I got a notification from YouTube saying that individuals can actually hype videos. I haven't seen it, nor have I done it yet. So if you know how to do it, definitely let me know. But again, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one.